LeBron James is going to enter this season with an expiring contract. Sure, LeBron James has come forward and said, like, at least me, because I follow LeBron James religiously, this feels like his final destination kind of thing. You kind of expect him to stay at he's year 20. He's got all his businesses in LA and his kids are here and everything. Like, you kind of felt this was his final destination. But are we absolutely sure LeBron James is going to stay here next year?
Oh, no.
Are we absolutely sure?
No, we are not. No,
not even remotely close there. He wants champ. He knows if he smells dysfunction or this team's not listening to the way he's telling them to, he'll up and leave. He'll happily up and leave. And the thing is, teams know LeBron James, even though he's moved around and everything, when he comes to your franchise, the money that comes with LeBron James, first of all, you have to sacrifice a lot of power and push around the league. But he wins championship. He's won a championship at every destination he's been at, so you know it works. So teams, this is LeBron James. If you can sign him, you do that. And then I thought, after that, I don't know if it's the year after or the year after that, Anthony Davis will be he'll be on an expiring contract. And Anthony Davis, even though he never says anything or comes out with any, you don't hear from Anthony Davis. I want to be the earliest to this. He's the next disgruntled star in the NBA. I feel like all this media pile on for Anthony Davis. How much blame, how much people rip into him for the freak injury. He's so unlucky with his injuries. The awkward landings and everything like that. I reckon he's going to be the next disgruntled star. If he's this LeBron James about to up and leave, Russell Westbrook is still, I guess Russell Westbrook is expiring contract, but there's no change on that end. And the mismanagement. Who's to say that he's absolutely going to stay there or doesn't just go to Chicago, where he's from, or something like that? Because the Lakers, this inability to try and it's almost like a tug of war between the management and the top senior players. I feel like he could be that next guy on there. So this Lakers thing, to back their thinking as opposed to trading those 2 first-round picks, because if they could trade Russell Westbrook right now, they would. But I don't know where this stubbornness to keep him on, to not give up those 2 first-round picks in so much further in the future, to risk LeBron James being unhappy. And then I think LeBron James being unhappy will seep into Anthony Davis. So in a 3 years gap, we could see those guys all gone. It's this frustration to me that this franchise just won't, you don't realise what's at stake here. Maybe that's what I'm trying to pull away from this. I don't realise what's at stake. And this deliberation to stay with Russell Westbrook and that their way is the right, Rob Pelinka and everyone there. You don't realise what this could really... You could go straight back to those 2014-15 Lakers that I watched where... Oh, God, I'm not going to try and name their starting lineup there, and you were a laughing stock. I reckon that's not even that far away if they don't realise what's at stake. That's my little rant from today's podcast I listened to. You love laughing at the Lakers. They've got to trade those 2 picks, surely, just to not go back to whatever on earth was the 15 Lakers, surely.
Yeah, no, I agree. And if you can trade Westbrook, Horton Tucker, and one or both of those picks for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, that is a home run hit. I am shocked that you would not do that deal. Miles Turner is the perfect guy next to Anthony Davis because he allows AD to continue playing the 4. AD doesn't have to play the 5, which he hates, but you're not sacrificing your shooting because you've got a perimeter center in Miles Turner who can just stand on the perimeter and hit open threes. Then you've got another shooter in Buddy Hield out there with LeBron driving and kicking and all that jazz. Why would you not make that deal? Even if you have to give up both those picks. So I understand the issue from a Lakers perspective. We saw this with the Cavs in, 2018, before LeBron left. They could have gave up picks at the trade deadline for further help for that 2018 season. And they turned around and said, look, we would, LeBron, but we're not sure you're going to stay. And we're not going to mortgage our future completely if you're just going to leave in 6 months. And they were right, because he went and left. Now, could they have turned those picks into a decent player for that finals run that they had? Well, maybe, but they also got smashed in the finals, and I doubt there was any player available that would have made that much of a difference to turn the result of that series. So I understand it, but then from a Lakers perspective, well, it's 2027 and 2029. LeBron's not going to be there anyway, even if he does re-sign on another contract. So you just have to give up those picks. Otherwise, there is the threat that LeBron does leave. And if you think the Lakers are at rock bottom right now with Russell Westbrook, just wait. Just wait for when LeBron James up and leaves, Cleveland homecoming, third time around, here we go, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, LeBron James, Kings of the East again. And then Anthony Davis, as you said, looks around and goes, cool, I got no one. All right, I want out. And you're right. Is the next guy.
Yeah.
And that would literally, I would think if LeBron left in that off-season, there's a good chance Anthony Davis got traded the same off-season as well. Just like what we're seeing with Utah. Rudy Gobert goes, Donovan Mitchell will probably go, that kind of thing. Yeah. So if you think the Lakers are at rock bottom right now, we honestly, 12 months' time, we could be looking at a team without Russell Westbrook, thank God, but also no LeBron James, no Anthony Davis.